Hi, everyone. Well, you should know by now that if I say I'm going to talk about something the next episode, I really mean the episode after the next episode. Because I haven't had time to get through those EMDR articles on autism yet. And I just realized 20 minutes ago that I'm in full-on burnout mode. And I think I've been in one for like weeks now and haven't realized it. And I've been in so many burnouts throughout my life. Like, how the hell am I still, like, not seeing the signs? It's just so weird. Oh, sorry, you're going to hear the heat click on in the background. I'm just too lazy to move. Sorry. But yeah, like, I feel so burned out. And the tipping point today, I'll get to in a minute. But it's just been everything that's been going on. Hades, like, his health seems to be failing. I've got a bunch of work I've been trying to chip away at. One of my tires on my car keeps getting a little flat like every couple of weeks. When like it gets really, really cold, it'll lose a little bit of air and then be good for like a few weeks. I don't know why tires do that. And Alicia usually, always actually, she always is the one that puts the air in my tires. We have like a thing at home that she uses, but mostly she just goes to the gas station down the road and uses the machine thing. And she's had so much going on. I'm like, why? I think I'm ready to learn how to use it now. Because, like, I have used this air machine thing at gas stations before. No, that's a lie. I haven't used one. I went up to one, and I could not figure out how to use it. And it's not like there's a whole lot to do. There's just like like a button or two, and like one thing that like you're supposed to put, like, that has a cord and you pull off and it puts the air in. It's not even that elaborate, but I remember I was there and I was like, how the fuck does this work? That was like years and years ago, like when I was in my 20s, and I just haven't bothered to try to figure it out since then. So she does it for me. So I thought I will help myself, and take this off your back or your whatever of things you have to worry about. And so she went with me and she showed me how to do it. And oh my God, it looks so easy. I was like, really? This is all it does, or all it takes? And then whenever she shows me something, I make her come back with me the very first time I do it. And I want her to watch me because, like, I don't know if I'll remember everything she showed me the first time. So, she did that, and I guess I can put air in my own tire now. And it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but it is. It's just when things keep coming at you, and then, like, now you have to put some air in your tire. It's just, like, really, like, I can't take anymore. And so, like, that's been happening, like, every so often. One sign of burnout that I definitely missed was my emotions get so extreme, and like way more so than usual. I'm just talking about like I'm pretty good at managing my emotions and working through them, and I have decent coping strategies. I could always use some more, but like I'm pretty decent with that stuff. And so when I start feeling, like, really feeling an emotion, so like something that would be mildly irritating, not in burnout mode. If it happens in burnout mode, did I already say this? I don't remember. But if it happens in burnout mode, it's not just mildly irritating, it's the end of the fucking world. If I said it at the beginning of the podcast, I don't remember. It's only 4 minutes and I've already forgotten. Jeez. So, or like I just feel them so much more deeply, and I get stuck in them longer than is necessary. And it's the negative ones, I get stuck in those. And Alicia has 6 months of graduate school. It's just so much. Sitting on the laptop 3 nights a week for an hour and a half doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when she has to get up at 4:30, be at work 45 minutes later, work until like 2:30, and her job is just so chaotic. Then she gets home, and 3 days out of the week she gets 2 hours only to herself between work and then having to do class. And then when class ends at 7:30, she has to go to bed and get up and like do it all over again. So that's a lot for her. And I know I was bitching about having to cook and stuff, but it's just as a lot. That's a lot for me. And so like today, Janice and Nadine went to Texas again because I guess their friend's bar is really opening up for real this time or something. Like they went last time and it couldn't open up. I don't know, but they're gone for the next 5 days. And you know, I don't mean to sound terrible. I really, really do love my wife so much. I do. I'm not trying to convince myself or anything like that. I just say, like, I like breaks from my spouse sometimes. Like, who doesn't? I don't know. I've talked about this before and why I like them so much. And it's just like, oh, it's a bit of a breather. I can be as loud as I want whenever I want to be, you know, because, like, I have to kind of keep it quiet at 7:30 and on because I don't want to wake her up. But so it's pouring rain just like it was last time when I was bringing all her crap over there. And I love rainy days. I love rain. I just don't like if I were at a if I went hiking in the rain, that'd be fun. I expect to get wet. When I get home, I would take a shower. You know, no big deal. That's fun. I like the rain, but I do not like the rain when I'm going back and forth between houses and I have to remove my shoes and like normal people, I have to remove my shoes because there's like mud and yesterday's snow on it, and slip into the house sandals. That sounds like a stupid term, but it's like my Adidas sandals, and slip into those because I don't want to be walking on her floors and stepping in whatever, you know, I just don't. What if like her cat pissed or something? I don't know. But anyways, having to do that I think it's eight or nine times I said is so much. It was so much just to take my fucking shoes off. And then, you know, you take your shoe off with the one shoe and now you just have a foot, and like I couldn't bend over because I had everything in my hands I was bringing over. And so like I had to push the shoe off with my sock foot and hope that it didn't get wet from what I just trudged through. Because if I get a wet sock, it is the worst. I don't like it. It feels not great. And it just, I can't stand it. And then I was thinking to myself, like, really? Like, I can't, like, I'm having a hard time, like, putting my shoes on. And so, like, I'm glad I figured out that I'm in burnout. But, like, those are all, like, very clear signs that, like, I still am not seeing. It's so weird. But I just feel like I need a break. I told Alicia, I was like, I said, I know that you do this, you know, all throughout the day, and you're so busy, and like, you know, no wonder you're tired and you get exhausted. Like, I get it. I really do. And so it felt weird to tell her that, you know, because I didn't realize I was in burnout. So I was just thinking it was from today that I was feeling that way. But I had told her, like, I just made like several trips back and forth, and, you know, it just bothered me more so today. It just feels like there's a lot of stuff that I was doing, and I couldn't get to my work for a little while. So like that was in the back of my mind because like my routines got thrown out the window today. Because when she was at work, I was like moving all her stuff over like I usually do. And I told her, I said, so I don't know if you're going to understand. And I'm not saying that like my stress is the same as yours, but like how you feel about your stuff is pretty similar to how I feel about my stuff, because doing basic things is so hard sometimes. And yet again, there's another sign. When like really basic things feel like they're more, like they're harder, like on a regular basis, you know, like not like a once in a while thing, that's a sign of burnout too. And I like haven't been paying attention to anything. I feel like we're just flying by the seat of our pants, and she's not even halfway through the semester yet. But we had couples therapy yesterday, and so that's why I told her how I felt today. I was like, I don't even want to say this because, like, to me, this stuff is normal and I accept this about myself, but I have a hard time dealing with other people's lack of understanding. So like, because I think Alicia kind of understands, but I still don't think she completely gets just how debilitating some stuff can be for me sometimes. And so like when I would usually try not to say stuff to her in the past because it felt so ridiculous. Like, I'm going to sit there and tell her that this made me like really exhausted, but yet she did like a million things today and I got overwhelmed by one, you know? So I'm still trying to work through that thinking. I accept this about myself now. I really wish that, I mean, I know you guys understand, but like, I really wish that like my person would understand me fully, but I'll be patient. But yeah, so like it feels weird to say, but we were practicing communication again because all of our conflict always stems from communication, and it's just like it's always at the root. Like it's crazy, you guys. Like you don't, if we don't use our words, like I don't know, we can avoid so much conflict by just using words. And it sounds so easy when you're sitting in therapy and the therapist is like, what if you tried saying that? And blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, it's so easy. And you're sitting there talking about an issue that happened that sounds so dumb at that moment. You know what I mean? Because all we had to do was just say a few things that would have prevented the conflict, such as I feel really anxious right now, or I feel really overwhelmed, or I'm exhausted. And like, we don't really say that to each other when we feel it because we both feel like we're going to burden the other, and then like just shit happens. So that's why I just told her like, this is kind of why I feel like this. And I'm just sorry. It's from all the trips back and forth. And I don't know why, but I mean, well, I do know because my routines are a no-go for today, and if I don't have my routines, I don't know what's going on. Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Like, what do I usually do at this time? My days are just, it's out of, just all out of whack. And I just realized I'm in burnout because I was listening to somebody's podcast and they were talking about being in burnout. I was like, oh my God, no, that's like what I'm going through this week, or what I've been going through for like several weeks now. And so I have to figure out how to get out of this or something. Like, I don't know, when I was in my 20s, I don't ever want to be the person that I was in my 20s, but I do want to have like all of the non-responsibilities I had in my 20s. Like, I really didn't have a whole lot to worry about, like pay rent, pay your basic bills, go to college, go to work, like that was so doable. And like the older I'm getting, just the more stuff that seems to keep happening, the more anxious I feel like I'm getting. I don't know. Like if I was in, like when I was in burnout mode in like my 20s, maybe like a few days and then I was good to go. I don't think I ever I didn't use the word burnout. I didn't know what that was. I just thought like I was really stressed and tired. So I at least sensed that and like did some stuff about it. But it's so easy in your 20s. You're young. You don't have like life hasn't really happened. Like it kind of has, but like not what you're going to experience in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like you're just in your 20s. Everything seems a little bit easier. And I'm finding that it's just not the case anymore. 20 years later at 40, it's just not the case. And I'm trying not to get so down on myself when like I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm like bitching to myself about putting my shoes on and taking them off and putting them on and taking them off. Like that's really nothing to really be that irritated about. But I feel like I haven't had much of a break. I know she definitely hasn't, but from my end, it's not a lot to take care of my wife. I don't mean it to sound that way. I like taking care of her. I like supporting her. It's just the cooking. Oh, I can't do it. Like so hard. Did I tell you? I don't think I said this yet. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't know who I don't know where I'm at right now. And just in case you're wondering about the talking, Apparently it's worse when I am in burnout, I guess, because I've thought back on like other times and like it's just hard to talk when I'm in burnout, and it's so weird to me. But what I told Alicia while I was explaining, I just feel so overwhelmed from going back and forth and making all those trips and putting all your things in there that I don't have the ability to make you dinner tonight. So you're going to have to order something or make something on your own. And I don't have the ability to make you breakfast or lunch tomorrow for work. So I couldn't have done those things. And it worked out for the work food because she didn't eat her breakfast that I made her today because somebody brought in breakfast pizza. So that was good. She can just have that I made her the other day tomorrow. And then I had picked up something from Wegmans that you can pop into the microwave. It was like mac and cheese or something. I was going to make that for her for dinner one of the nights. And I just gave that to her for lunch tomorrow. And I said, I'm so sorry. But this is all I can do because I still haven't even got started on my work. I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to get through my work. I just felt like I was all over the place. But, you know, she understood. But yeah, I don't know how to get out of this. And it's not like I have the, I don't know what the word is, but I can't just take time off because I work for myself. I don't have like paid days off or anything like that. So I don't know what to do about that. Because I would like to just do nothing. Like, just please for like a week or something. Like, I really just want to do nothing. I should have recognized this like days ago because I've been feeling this way for like a while. And I know Alicia's in burnout too, a bit in her own way. But, yeah, I guess maybe the 5-day break will be a little bit better because like when she's here, you know, like, I don't know how to word things without sounding like a dick, but like when she's here, like I go and I get her stuff from the kitchen. I go and do this, do that. Don't get me wrong. She's not a lazy bitch, but like I've told her that like you have all this stuff going on. Like just send me a text because I'll be in my room and tell me that you need something and I'll get it for you, do it for you or whatever. And so she takes advantage of that and I'm glad, that she does. Because it makes me feel good that, like, you know, I'm useful or whatever. So while I do enjoy that stuff, and I enjoy just my wife and spending time with her and talking with her or whatever, it's nice to have 5 days with her not in the house because I don't have to go and do all those things for her. But most importantly, she's not going to interrupt me like a million times a day. Because the way I can tell that she's in burnout kind of is she gets like really, really needy. And she used that word, not me. She says that she's needy. And, I don't know what I was just saying. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my brain is just, I don't know where I'm at right now. I mean, I do, but I'm going to end this episode. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded. Maybe I shouldn't publish. But, like, what's going to happen in my head if I don't republish and I just wasted 18-something minutes? So I don't know how this is going to sound, but, you know, maybe if anybody else is, like, in a burnout currently, this can be somewhat relatable. I just feel crazy. Do you guys feel crazy when you're in burnouts? I feel crazy. I feel like I have DID. And I don't, but I feel like I do when I'm in I'm everywhere in my head. Like, I got to do this, I got to do that. I don't have energy for that. So that means I can't do that until tomorrow. So I have to make sure I remember to do it tomorrow. And then I have to think about doing it tomorrow. And am I going to have the energy then? And, you know, like, it just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I just am going to go take some pot now. So, thank you if you listened, if you got this far. I just really need to get on here and just get this crazy out of my head. So I do feel better, actually, a little bit. And I'm going to leave now. And I really will talk about EMDR and autism next time. Not that anybody asked me to, but just in case anybody's curious, I'm going to figure out what is going on with autism and EMDR, and then I'll share what I find. And thank you very much for listening as always. I appreciate it. And goodbye.